Hey everyone, thanks for checking this video out, this vlog. Welcome back. Happy New Year. And I just wanted to tell you what I am doing for the new year. I have a few goals, which I'm sure we all do. We all have set goals. I talked to you a little bit about the eclipse season, and we are right in the middle of it. We have a new moon. I'll just get this out of the way now. We have a new moon coming up on June 24th. And I am going to be doing a free new moon activation on my Facebook website, on my Facebook page, raising the vibration. I'll put a link on my Kimberly Corner Facebook page. So you can get into the Raising the Vibration group and get that free activation to rein in the new energies. It's the first new moon of the year. It's a good time to call in all of your manifestations, everything that you want, and it's a pretty powerful energy. So check out my Facebook page link for that. And like I said, that will be on January 24th, and I'll probably that week, the beginning of that week, put a reminder up there. So the group is Raising the Vibration, and my public Facebook page is Kimberly, Lee, Corner with a K, as you know, if you're watching this probably. So anyway, I want to teach you a simple two-step process that's perfect for you to start off the new year. This is what I'm doing, or anytime that you feel like you have a lot of things on your plate, and you feel like your beautiful head is going to explode. Because as I started writing my list for 2020, I actually started getting anxiety about all of the things that I wanted to do. So what I heard this process called by someone, I think it was Marie Forleo, was called Purge and Prune, and I love that. So this is how it works. So I want you to grab a pen and a notebook first of all, because you're going to want to know this. And it's a good process to not only, I'm sure you all have your calendar, your goal calendar or a journal, but to just have this list is also good, because you're going to want to go through this list. So step number 1 is called the Purge. Now, you might be asking yourself, what do I mean by this? Because I'm not talking about like puking or anything, but I mean get all those incredible dreams and goals that are in your noggin and put them down onto this page, onto this paper. Write them down, all the things that you want to do and accomplish and achieve, and the things that you want to experience over the next 12 months, everything in 2020. And I know this sounds a little basic, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do this on a regular basis, and they wind up complaining about feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, so much that they wanted to, just curl up in a corner and cry. And with this brain dump, I want to do it into 3 different sections. So the first section is yourself. Okay, so what are some of the specific things that you want to accomplish this year? You, in terms of, say, your health and fitness, or your self-care, or your mindset, or some things that you want to learn this year, or practice, or any projects, or giving back to the community or to charity. Some things about the home where you live. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, all I want you to do is think about how you want to grow yourself this year and write it down. And that's section number 1. And then this is what I do. Section number 2, it kind of it makes it easier to, when we get to the second part, you'll understand when you see all these things and how much little that you're actually putting in for yourself. Section number 2 is your relationships. So I want you to think about the most important people in your life. Who are they? Is it your spouse, or maybe a significant other? Or maybe you have kids or parents or grandparents or nieces and nephews like me. Maybe it's your friends. Do you want to plan some fun visits or some vacations this year, some adventures with the people that you love? I know I have some trips coming up that I'm excited about that are on my list. What are some improvements that you want to make in your relationship that are going to require some time and some focus? Think about all those and write those down. And then the third sphere is your business or career. So what are some of the major products and goals that you want to work in this year in terms of your professional life? Maybe you want to launch a new product or do some more networking or expand your team. Maybe you want to brush up on your resume and ask for a raise or write a book or, I don't know, do some more networking. Just think about all of this and write it down. And one thing that's important is do not edit yourself. Do not censor yourself. Don't stop and think, I don't know how I'm going to get all this done. This is the purging part. Write it all down. Get it all out of your head. Okay? You're going to get a massive surge in energy once you do this, and you're going to be ready for step number 2. So get it all out. And if you need to pause this and do this and then come back, that's great, because I don't want this to be too long. Step number 2 is the pruning part. And so what do I mean by this? Anyone who is a gardener, you know the secret to keeping, your plants really healthy and strong is sometimes you have to prune them. Meaning you have to go and take out those big old choppers, those big clippers, and cut those branches back. And sometimes you do it severely. And I know that might sound a little bit scary. I mean, like, why would you want to lose all those nice, healthy branches on your plant? Well, that's because your plant's energy gets uber focused and the plant grows back a lot healthier and stronger and more robust than it was before. So the same thing's going to happen to you once you start going in and pruning back the list of what you want over the next 12 months. It's also good for your hair too. When you get split ends and you go get the split ends cut off, then your hair grows because it's not splitting up, right? Anyway. So you might be saying, Kim, no, I don't want to cut anything off my list. I like all my projects. I still want to do this. I still want to do that. I still want to make, this time off. Look, I understand. But here's the thing. Most ambitious, driven people take on way too much. I've seen it. I've worked with them. I work with them now. And I bet you do this all the time. You might have your focus scattered. My focus gets scattered and my energy is spread too thin. And you're going to dilute your energy because your energy is just in too many different places. And then you're going to wind up feeling overwhelmed and you're either going to quit or you're going to be spinning your wheels around and you're never going to make any meaningful progress. And I learned my lesson in 2019. So I had to go in and cut back some of the things and some of the people in my life in 2020. So I'm suggesting that you take the opposite approach. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to focus on a few critical things and not so many of the trivial ones. So really focus down. What are the small number of projects that you're going to give your highest, most powerful meaning results to? Okay? I want you to take a look at your list and ask yourself what you really want your life to be about this year. How do you want to spend your time over the next 12 months? You have 12 months in this year to get this done. Who do you want to become? These are big, important questions, guys. They're not necessarily the easiest to answer, and I'm sure this one video is not going to give you that big aha, I know, it's going to take more than this. I'm just trying to help you as much as I can. But it's vital that you do. So if you find yourself being torn up about what to prune and what not to prune, you can look at each item through one of these filters. So filter number 1 is ask yourself, what is paying me off for making this project happen? What's the payoff? What's the impact for reaching this goal? And how is that going to impact my life mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially? And filter number 2, ask yourself how this project ultimately will benefit others. So what's the payoff for other people in your life, the people that you love, whether that's your family or your team or society. And then filter number 3, and I think this one is the most important filter. Who will you have become in order to make this goal or project a reality? So in other words, what habits or skills or character traits will you need to develop in order to make this thing come to life? Big hint here. Any project or goal that stretches you or requires you to grow is always going to be more rewarding than the ones that don't. If you go through those filters and think, that's really not worth it. You know what? That's not a big enough payoff for me right now. And you know what? I'm just not down for that kind of commitment, or it's time to cut that branch. Don't judge yourself. Just cut it off. Cross it off your list. Cross that thing off the paper now. And I do want to say that crossing something off your list doesn't mean that you're never going to take that project on. It just means that you're not going to put pressure on yourself right now to work on that thing maybe this year. Okay, and you're going to automatically feel your energy get a little lighter, and you're going to be able to breathe a little better. And if you just start crushing through your list or projects and you start getting things done so fast, then look, you can go back to that list and start adding some of those things back to your plate. So that's why I'm saying keep this list separate than your calendar, your journal, so that you can go back, cross off, add, and at the end of the year, you can go back and see, how you started and how you ended. And I think it's a great way to start off the year. So that's why I wanted to get this out there. So before you ask, I want to address this. No, there is no perfect number of projects or goals to end up with. And that's because every one of us is so different. So, some of us are entrepreneurs, some of us employees, employers, students. Some of us have health challenges. Some of us have big families to take care of. And all of us are completely unique in terms of our capacity, our current life circumstances, and our ambition. But I will say this, and this is a constant. Less is more. So use judgment, use your instincts, and cut that list back to make it as light as possible. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm trying to record into 3 different places right now, so I apologize. I'm trying not pay attention. Okay, anyway. This is how you prune and purge and prune. And it's so effective that we cut back, dump it out on the page, and move on. And, lighten up. Lighten yourself up. It's the 80-20 rule. And after you purge and prune, the next step is to transfer all your goals and all your projects into your calendar. So, because I always like to say, if it's not scheduled, it's not real. So, before you start putting stuff on your calendar, do your list. And I have I have this calendar. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. This is a law of attraction calendar. I know it's be a little bit deep for some of the business people, but you can. So they have prompts in the calendar that month by month you can go in and put your journey, write your goals. They give you little stickers, and it's just kind of fun. Look, they give you these nice stickers that you can put on. Or to delegate, important, I am grateful for, my victories. It's, kind of incentive, places that you want to visit. This is, not a little, pocket calendar. And I know everyone's putting stuff in their iPhone right now. So you might not even have a calendar, but at least you have your list. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I learned this in 2019. I tried to take on too much and I spread myself too thin and maybe didn't do as good of a job because I was trying to be perfect at every single thing that I wanted to do. So I had to take some of that away for 2020. And if I do better and get more done, then I can throw those things back on. But don't pressure yourself. Don't spread your energy too thin. Don't get sick. Have a great 2020. I will see you hopefully on the 24th for the new moon activation. Check out my Facebook page if you want to partake, and have a great day.